Hey everybody, I'm Holly, aka the ScientoloGeek, and welcome to the 35th episode of going over the data series. Now, we're going to finish off with the policy letter that we started over in data series 34, and since that's only one page left, we're actually going to start and finish. We're going to completely go through another data series policy called checking evals, which is about checking evaluations. If you want access to any of the flag orders, base orders, any of the volumes, whether they're tech or policy, then feel free to hit me up at scientologeek@gmail.com with a valid Gmail address, or you can hit me up in Discord. The link is in the description for the server, and from there you can DM me. Without further ado, let's get started. So we were picking up right after the list of how to evaluate relay points.
In doing such a series, brand new data may leap out as to the interrelationship of all these relay points, and this may bring about a recommendation for a change of organization requiring new policy. But this would be another evaluation entirely, as it's in effect an evaluation of basic organizational policy and may even require that tech be issued or withdrawn. Take a case where the area which is not bettered or sustained betterment has in actual fact 2 echelons below it and 6 above. The area, let us say, is a continental management office of an international hotel chain. Below it are its state offices, and below that the hotels on the continent. Above it is the International Comm Relay Center, the international headquarters executive at international headquarters for that continent. Above that, the International Management Organization. Above that, the chief executive of the International Management Organization. Above that, the advisors to the board, and above that, the board itself. By drawing these out as a series of echelons, one sees that there's potentially a series of 8 evaluations in addition to the main evaluation of that continental office, which is where the situation originally was. By scanning over all these 8 other influencing areas, one may find one or more of them which have situations of real influence on the original evaluation subject. One then evaluates separately and handles separately, while still going on handling the original subject. One can then also do the local environment evaluation of the original subject if there seems to be a situation there. No evaluation is done where there's no situation, but one should assert in a covering note to the series that there are no known situations in the remaining points. Doing a series of evaluations and local environment evaluations can be extremely fruitful only so long as one realizes that they comprise separate situations which only by their influence are preventing an ideal scene from being achieved in the original area where betterment cannot be attained or maintained. Supplementary evaluations, when necessary and when done, can rescue a long series of apparently fruitless evaluations of a subject and move the evaluator himself toward a more ideal and happier scene of success.
All right, we will skip right over to the HCO policy letter of the 19th of September, 1973, revised, issue 1, but revised on the 22nd of June, 1975. So this is called checking evals.
In checking over the evaluations of others, there's no substitute for following the hard and fast rule of insisting upon A, the purity of evaluation, B, consistency, C, workability, and D, authenticity of the data. There are no small rules. To quote one of these, the situation is the direct opposite of the ideal scene. This is not necessarily true and is not a precise definition. A situation is the most major departure from the ideal scene. That's purity by definition. A Y is not necessarily opposite to an ideal scene, but it is of the same order of thing. Example, stat of income divided by staff sunk to 15 cents. Ideal scene, staff producing under competent management. Situation, execs not coming to work. Why? The ED has forbidden any exec to be paid. If you look this over, it's consistent, but it's not reversals or opposites. The stat found the area, the ideal scene, was easy. Search of data found the situation as the biggest departure. Further search found the why. Further search and knowledge of the existing scene would get a bright idea, which would not be sacking the ED, who's probably the only one coming to work, but more likely getting the ED and execs into a hello okay session and resolve their hates and ordering execs to be paid at once.
The common bug. This comes from OODS, Orders of the Day, item 24th of February, 1975.
I found that getting the situation was a common bug. Evidently, people don't do a real stat analysis and get an ideal scene, look for its furthest departure and get the situation, and then look for data and find the why. There are many ways to go about it, but the above is easy, simple, and foolproof. It would look like this on the worksheet. GDS analysis to find the area and a conditional guess.
Now, I don't know what GDS means, but I'll look it up.
Ideal scene for that area. Biggest departure from it for the situation. Stats, data, outpoint counts. Why, ethics why. Who, ideal scene, handling, bright idea. If you're very good, your GDS analysis will get confirmed by data. The real why opens the door to handling, and you can handle. This doesn't change eval form, it's just a working model. All good evals are very consistent, all on the same railroad track. Not pies, sea lion, spaceship, but pies, apples, flowers, sugar, stoves.
It sort of seems like an A equals A equals A thing, and it kind of reminds me of Dianetics.
I think evaluators get dispersed and Q&A with data lacking any guideline, and so take a near forever. Last one I did, the GDS analysis gave the whole scene, and then it got confirmed, all in the same outline as above. That org is still booming.
Probably not anymore.
It took 6.5 hours, including doing the majority of the targets. It doesn't take days or weeks, much less months. It takes hours.
So I looked up GDS, and I realized it means gross divisional statistic. Because when I was first reading the quotes in the video from the orders of the day, it wasn't really making much sense to me. It wasn't clicking necessarily, so looking up GDS, I understand now what kind of analysis they were trying to run and what they were trying to do in order to do it. Either way, for those who don't know, I've taken on Mark Headley's birthday game challenge, which is to get my subscriber count as high as possible by March 13th, which is the day of L. Ron Hubbard's birthday, and the birthday game where all the orgs compare their percentage of statistics changes to see who had the biggest growth in Scientology. Guarantee you it's going to be Flag or some advanced organization. Either way, it would be nice if you guys would share, subscribe, hit the like button, hit the notification bell, tell everybody, share this with everybody, and let them know what Scientology really contains rather than just Xenu and body thetans and all that surface level stuff. I want to be able to dig deep into the actual lower levels of Scientology, the stuff that people don't really know about, the more obscure material, and this being the data series, and the assists, and all that stuff, is the stuff that I want to start getting into so people can get a better understanding of what Scientologists believe, so they're not just learning about it blind and only have a tiny scratch off the surface. I don't have anything else to say, so I will talk to all of you later. See ya.